It's Kimberly from Well Christian Woman. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and share with you a song that really resonated with me when I first heard it. It's called Just Breathe, and it just describes the chaos of life and that go, 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 and striving for this and that, and trying to get this done and that done, and rush from place to place, and never being able to keep up or keep your head above water. And I felt like every line in the song described my life perfectly up until a few months ago. I was running a medical practice, and we have three small children, and just all that that involves, and trying to, maybe help out with this or this committee or whatever else it is that you're doing that just fills your time, and you just wonder which ball you're going to drop because you're trying to juggle so many in the air. And I remember this day standing in the kitchen, trying to make supper. And if your house is anything like our house, that supper time is just this time of extra chaos. I think, the kids are home, everybody gets home, you're hungry, you're trying to get supper ready. And somehow through the din of all of that, I heard the radio host make this statement: if you're not spending time with God each day, then you're not fulfilling his will for your life. And I'm sure I've heard that before in countless ways, but something about it that day, I just remember stopping and just thinking about that. And it really was a turning point a little bit for me. I kept thinking about it and just thinking what my life looked like. And we had started talking about how we can make real changes to our life. And anyway, subsequently, we ended up closing my medical practice, and I started just doing locums and smaller bits of work, just really trying to change the focus in life and just breathe, just slow it down, focus on things that are more important, your family, and what you're doing for the kingdom. And just I don't know about you, but I think we've all had those seasons in life where it just gets out of control, and it's so hard to slow down, because it's not even that what you're doing is bad. A lot of it's great stuff. I mean, your work, you need to support your family, you're spending time with your family, you're doing activities with your kids, you're volunteering. Like, that's good stuff. It's great stuff a lot of the time. But it can be too much stuff, where you just can't you're not listening to God, you're not focusing at all on his will and what he wants, because your days are just too full. And when they get too full, they just become busy about you, and you're not really seeing anything else, or at least that's how it was for me. And I think I didn't even realize it until I started to slow down a little bit and fill my lungs differently, and fill my lungs with more of God instead of all the busyness that had really taken over. And Jesus speaks to this. He talks about this in Matthew 11, 28 to 30. He says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. And you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And I think that that's really what he would have for us. He wants us to focus our days around him. And it doesn't mean that we don't have all the responsibilities and all the fun things and all the things that we're doing. But if we center ourselves with those thoughts that God needs to come first, and really should be that center point to our lives, then we'll end up slowing down a lot of the stuff that happens around us. Maybe some of the unnecessary stuff, maybe some of the really good stuff has to go in order to make time for better stuff. And that is my favorite line of this song, Just Breathe. It talks about laying down what's good and trading it for what's best. And that's my prayer for all of us today, that we can really think about that. And as we're making decisions or doing things, that we really think about maybe even trading or laying down something that might be good for something that's best.